So this is the Realme Buds Air 6, and even before I say anything, just want to say Realme has got a lot of things right with this one. So these are priced at 3,299, and for a while forget about the price and also forget about the words like Pro and Ultra. Let's just talk about it. So if you look at the box, it's a very standard packaging stuff. You have some features listed on left and right, like they have the 12.4mm driver, they come with dynamic bass, they have active noise cancellation, they have 6 mics for better call clarity, like 3 mics on each earbud, they have 40 hours of playback time and IP55 dust and water resistance. When you will open the box, you will find the buds resting on the top. Then you have a Type A to Type C charging cable. You have some extra pair of ear tips and a warranty card or a user manual. Pretty standard stuff. So if you will look at the case, so it's this matte finish case. The one that I have is green from the outside and black from the inside, and there is one more color variant which is silver and orange. Personally, I prefer this kind of a muted looking cases, and especially this kind of a finish, because even after a week of usage, I don't see any sort of major scratches on the surface, and I think every manufacturer should include some kind of a scratch free material when it comes to tech accessories. The case is really well built. There is no creaking noises, no loose joints. Everything looks very sturdy and well built. There's the Type C port at the bottom for charging. Beside that, you have a reset button, and the branding has been moved from this particular part, like we have the Realme Buds Air 5 Pro and the Air 3 Pro. So they moved the branding from this particular part onto the front side, and the charging indicator has been shifted towards the bottom beside the charging port. If you will look at these earbuds, so it's the first time Realme has made their touch control area completely flat so that you can get better control on these earbuds, and because of that matte finish that takes off all the reflections, you will really appreciate all that corners and edges that feels very sharp. And I would say the buds look really very neat and clean, and the in-hand feeling of the earbuds is definitely very premium. One thing I notice is that if you're trying to take off the silicone ear tips from the earbuds, so they are very tightly attached to these earbuds, and no matter how hard you try to take them off, they don't come off that easily. So you have to just give them a slight twist to take them on and off. And also I realized that the front opening on the main housing is slightly bigger as compared to normal earbuds, and I think it's mainly because of that bigger 12.4mm driver that emits a lot of sound. Talking about the connectivity, if the Bluetooth on your phone is on and you open the case, the buds are going to connect very fast with your phone. No complaints regarding that, and you will come across the very familiar Realme Link cap. So on the top you have your noise cancellation, and you need to wear both of your buds in order to activate ANC, not like Oppo where you can activate ANC just by wearing a single earbud. Below that you have your noise cancellation modes, which is mild, moderate and maximum. The total ANC is 50 dB and it's 4000 Hz of ultra wideband noise cancellation. Below that you have your wind noise reduction, which has always been there. Then you have your EQ modes, and you have been given here four different modes. I really like the difference between pure bass and deep bass, which is really very effective. And then if you're not happy, you can create your own custom preset. A lot of buds these days are coming with a feature called dynamic bass. It first came with the OnePlus Buds 3 and now it's available in the Realme Buds 6. To be honest, it doesn't really make a lot of big difference having this feature or not, but it's good that it's still here. Volume enhancer is still there even though the 12.4mm drivers are very loud. Below that you have your normal stuff such as gaming mode, earbud fit test. Something new I noticed onto the app, which is called mind flow mode. So if you go into this mode, you can hear all that calm sounds, nature sounds, meditation sounds, so you don't have to open any app separately. You can experience all that from the Realme Link app itself. Below that you have your button settings. Single touch button control is still not here. You have the double tap, triple tap and touch and hold to switch between different modes and in order to control your volume. Something new I noticed onto this app, which is by going into the more section where it will show you different sort of the battery charge left on the different earbuds separately. And if you will tap on that question mark icon, it will tell you that using a single earbud it's going to consume more battery rather than using two earbuds. And there is something called find my phone. So just say you lose your phone, not the earbuds but just the phone, into the market or anywhere, so you can ring that phone by tapping your earbuds, which is pretty cool. Now talking about the audio, it's actually the first time I'm actually enjoying any Realme Bud ever. So initially I have reviewed the Realme Buds 2, it was very long back. Then I also had the Realme Buds Air 3, and recently I was also reviewing using the Realme Buds Air 5 Pro. And to be honest, with the Realme Buds Air 6, Realme just nailed everything. So if I compare it directly with the 5 Pro, so the main problem with the 5 Pro was that it had two drivers, the 11mm main driver and the 6mm tweeter. Now with the 6, they just took off that tweeter and they brought in a new 12.4mm driver. Technically it seems like an upgrade, but the 12.4mm is definitely better. A single driver is on this one is much better as compared to having two drivers on the Air 5 Pro and also on the Air 6 Pro that have recently launched. The main problem with the Air 5 Pro was that in the high frequency region, the C's, the S's, and especially in the female voices, all that sharp sounds were very much enhanced and amplified, which were not very pleasing to hear. But on the Air 6, because of that, tweeter is gone, so you don't feel all that harsh sounds very much amplified and enhanced, so it's more pleasing to hear the Air 6 as compared to the 5 Pro, and I think it would also be more pleasing to hear this as compared to the 6 Pro. When it comes to the high frequencies, so everything now is in good balance with the low frequencies. And if I talk about the low frequencies, so the bass has always been a strong point on any Realme Bud. So if you go into the EQ section and if you try to switch between different modes and also between the pure bass and the deep bass mode, so the drivers, the 12.4mm drivers actually respond to all that changes very well. I also want to say that I have been using the Air 6 for more than a week now, and the 12.4mm drivers have a lot of volume. You don't even need to use that volume enhancer in the app and to increase the volume. So 12.4mm brings in a lot of volume, and at this price point, if I compare them with the Oppo Enco Air 2 Pro, so I will simply say go for the Air 6 rather than going for the Oppo Enco Air 2 Pro, because even if you turn on the Oppo Enco Air 2 Pro to the maximum volume, still sometimes you feel the volume to be slightly on a lower side. Now the last question here is that should you go for a Pro variant or a non-Pro? Like, should you go for the Air 5 Pro or a Air 6, or should you go for the Air 6 or the Air 6 Pro? Now Air 6 Pro recently got launched for 4,999 just a couple of days back, and on the paper it looks very similar to the Air 5 Pro. So I think instead of going for the 5 Pro or the 6 Pro, you can save more than 1500 rupees and go for the Air 6. Now the only feature you sacrifice by not going for the Pro variant is that you don't have the spatial audio, you don't have the customized auto tuning, and you get LHDC on this one as compared to LDAC on the Pro variant. Overall, I want to say spatial audio is not that a big deal. It's really something related to like very software based thing. It's just emulates some kind of a surround sound experience. Even if you're watching Netflix and you have that spatial audio tag below any movie, still I want to say the plain 12.4mm driver on this one is going to give you better sound as compared to the 5 Pro and 6 Pro. So anyway, this was my take on the Air 6. You can definitely go for this one. You can trust this review. You can no need to give any sort of second thought on this. Save your money, go for the normal one, and I would be making more reviews on this one as I begin to use it for a longer period of time. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.